Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.bet.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Asia Minor Close Qualifiers here for East Asia. We're into our penultimate day of the East Asian action, and on this stream we'll be taking you through the top two teams as of the upper bracket. And the Eternal J and MVP Project Korea are taking on Mazaalai for their spot in the grand finals of the East Asian bracket. Of course, both these two teams fighting their way through the upper bracket so far, not knocked down, but knocking out the likes of Absolute, the Mongols, Ignis updraft alongside D13 and AHQ coming in alongside the other teams that are currently competing in that lower bracket. Right now on the mainstream, we've got Ignis versus Absolute going on, and that one will be might be a fun one if you want to tune in some Japanese Counter-Strike. And here we've got the top two teams, I guess you could say. Most debatably, I think probably the best sort of like bet for being the top two teams right now. MVP being just absolutely dominant throughout their course in the run. I think 2-0s all the way through so far, and they might be up for another one right here. The history between these two sides dates back quite a while, and for MVP, they've tended to win out more maps than they've lost against Mazaalai. 5 wins to only 1 of the Mazaalai side. And only one of those maps going to a double-digit scoreline. So I'm expecting this might end up being a bit of a one-sided affair for MVP if Mazaalai aren't able to compete on it. Right now we are missing a player as well for Mazaalai. And I believe that they will be willing to play 4v5 if that's necessary. Not sure what the rules state on that, but I think we'll have some confirmation in a moment. With any luck, though, we should be having the technical pause also to get their 5th back in for the Mazaalai side. So for those of you unaware, it's a best of 3. I hope you'd be aware if you've been following the minors up to this point. But yeah, best of 3 rules, and of course the winner will be moving onwards to the the grand finals of the minor qualifiers. The losers will be going down to that lower bracket finals against the winner of Ignis versus Absolute, which I mentioned a moment ago. Now, first map is Mirage, as picked by MVP. Now, this is a map that this team has just dominated on in the past. One of their top played maps alongside Inferno, only beaten out by Inferno by 1, but even then it's got the highest win percentage of those two particular maps. In the past, these two teams have not played on Mirage that often. They have played on it once in their first sort of like intermission against each other, back when Mazaalai were known as Storm Rider. Which is during the Asia Minor qualifiers for, I believe, Katowice in November. And that one's 16-6 favour to the MVP side. So they've already got a little bit of experience on this one. Obviously, again, they've got a lot of their, a lot of their advantages favouring them in terms of the win victories. The second map again was Dust 2. It was picked by Mazaalai, which also might be a bit of a bit of hell for them. Because there's also a really good map for MVP. In fact, we saw them yesterday take a very, very dominant scoreline, 16-6 against Updraft on it. Haven't seen them take on Mazaalai as of yet, and Mazaalai themselves also having a decent history on it so far. You know, they had the 1916 against Absolute, who took them to the limit on this map. But the problem is that MVP being such a dominant force. Even taking on teams from outside of the Asia region and beating them out. They beat Big back in the IEM Sydney LAN. Of course, great performances in general. MVP, one of the favoured sides in the minor qualifiers as a whole, let alone just East Asia. So I'm expecting them to at least make a spot. Probably through here, probably out through the upper bracket. I think, honestly, that MVP was just my pick in general to be the team that makes it in and out of the whole qualifier as it stands. So, again, I'd be curious to see how well they'll be able to handle themselves going into this first map and the second map as well. I'm going 2-0. That's how I think this whole thing's going to turn out. For those of you wondering why we're late, I think this is the main problem as to why we're missing one man from Mazaalai. And who are we missing? Let's check the lineups real quick. So we've got Cable, Cabal, NCL, Dobu, 9. So we're missing Sogu. All right, so that's the man we're missing. Kind of an important player to have as well because he had a couple of good performances in the last couple of days. So needless to say, it would be a good idea to get him back on board. But yeah, MVP won the knife round. They're going to go on CT side at the start. Pretty standard stuff for MVP. Mazaalai, only one recorded result as of so far during the minor qualifier circuit. Against the Mongols, they registered 16-13, so the Mongolian clash certainly going good enough, I want to say, well enough. It was a bit of a back-and-forth series, if I recall correctly, so seeing them kind of take each other on. And now Mazaalai trying to bring that Mongolian skill to the table. Might put up a bit more of a fight for MVP if we're not careful. I mean, I certainly underestimated Mazaalai coming into this bracket, you know, and coming into this this tournament. So, got another chance to prove me wrong here. And if they take the upset victory against MVP, then well, that again gives them a massive advantage going in to the final match for them. Only one spot up for grabs here in East Asia, and only one of these two teams, potentially one of the teams from the lower bracket as well, can take that spot. It seems like our technical issues are going to extend a little bit further upwards, so I'm going to mute my mic. We're going to send over some music, and we'll just hold out for Sogu to join the server here. Right now is the only man that we're missing from the server, and then as soon as he joins, we can get straight into the pistol round. MVP on the CT start. Again, favourites in this series and favourites in this map. And it looks like actually our face-it timer has run out, so we may actually be getting into this one a lot earlier than we suspect. Unless MVP want to go ahead and use theirs. Indeed, they will. Okay. So I will throw up the music. I'll mute my mic and so you can listen to something a bit more interesting than my voice trying to stall for the next 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes or so. So again, just a short little few minutes and we'll be able to get into this matchup here between MVP and Mazaalai. right, it seems like we're ready to go. Unfortunately, Mazaalai having used both of their tactical pauses in order to get their last man in. But finally, after all that waiting, we now have our match set to begin here. The CTs of MVP over on the pistol round. Zion with the defuse kit and the smoke. Utility set up on Cabal and NCL for the T side of Mazaalai. 2 smokes, 1 flash, 1 molly. That's the entire execution here. Standard, short, and stairs set up. Zion will have open access to the bomb site, but he's going to get overwhelmed in a couple of short seconds here. Mazaalai burst their way out with 1 lurker holding back over to the apartments, trying to hold out for as much time as possible. NCL will get to the bomb site and get that bomb plant. Now saying about a 5 versus 5, instantly driving away the MVP squad. Rotation's a bit slow from MVP as well, but they will get here eventually. Now waiting on towards the push. Here comes Stacks and Zeta, both players up. Zion still waiting back over a ticket booth, as he's got the defuse kit in his hands. He will get the opening pick though, and the second headshot. HSK times him with 2 of his own right. Now the last man on towards the short position. On the connector, I should say, is Zeta to get that frag. Zogu down, and the first on the board for MVP. And again, opening start for the Koreans. They get the first on the board against Mazaalai. Bomb plant coming through for the T side though, and they will invest on the back of it. AK's coming through, Matt 10 in for 9. 2 Deagles. Head Kevlar on a couple of different players, which might force the issue on the Masters, for instance, but the double spray down from Zeta and HSK will be able to open things up and get the opening kill on Cabal. Secondary frag found on Dobu and 9 as they rush out towards mid, and they all get decimated by the CT forces incoming for the push. Zeta around the corner, sprays on through, takes the last man down, or leaves the last man alive here in NCL, and he'll get taken out by Zephyr the same. 3 kills for Zeta, nice and easy, and they're looking for those AKs. Can't quite grab them, but all 5 stay alive. MVP dominate to the first 2 rounds of the matchup. It's only the first 2 rounds though. Plenty of breathing room. Made stacks on the eco for the Mazaalai side. Can actually catch 2 players off. This could be brilliant. Oh no. They miss. 2 missed and bounced off the bottom wall. They still isolate Zeta and do take him down, with HSK also being extremely low. HSK facing up the Deagle, tags him up from the likes of Cabal. Stacks and Zeph will try and recover from their position on shore, but I don't think they'll be able to do a whole lot with it. Meanwhile, Mazaalai push up through the apartments and leaving Stacks alone. SMG in hand and a hell of a defensive to hold up. His teammates will be trying to hold down the crossfire, but he gets the first and the second. Trying to look for the third mag, but he runs out of ammo. And Dobu and Cabal last man 2 standing. The bomb being dropped, the USP now swapping out to the SMG. And Zion watching out the backstab for Cabal. There it is, he goes falling all the same. So last man standing is Dobu. He should get faced in. Stacks should be able to take him down. HSK still taking casualties though, so not a bad eco from Mazaalai. But the nade stack not going as well as they would have wanted it to. They still do a lot with a little. Opening phase from Dobu is eventually taken. Mid control being established passively by the Mazaalai side. Slowly pushing up with smokes and utility. Cabal grabbing that bomb will rotate over to join the A side push. Meanwhile, Sniper's nest control established by 9. He takes out Zeph. AUG on HSK now peeks in and around to the ticket booth position. Still got CT presence, majority over to the A bomb site. 2 players up here with the crossfire, and HSK will lock out and the kill. Start things off finally. 9 on 4 points of health here. The weakest player, but Cabal will still go falling, dropping that bomb to the CT favor, and Mazaalai trying to rotate out to the B bomb site. 30 seconds left. This might still work out for MVP. HSK extremely low, flashing his way in for the peak, and he'll go down to the likes of 9. And Zion, the last man standing. Sogu turned around on secondary frag for Zion. 3 kills to his name, and now 1 man left. 13 seconds, making a lot of noise out to the ramp. Going to try and isolate this 1v1 with a headshot aplenty. 9 seconds, and so close to the shot. He does get the flick to the head. And the bomb plant will be allowed. Not like it matters that much. Mazaalai still going to get there first on the T-side board. And an eco round to the buy-ups. That works well for the T-side. That plus the damage done in the eco round leaves a couple players with CZs. Only 1 AEG. So again, Mazaalai doing a lot with a little, and they'll stack up into the B site push. Try to go to underpass, try to go through the apartments, try and stack up against the T side. Cabal and 9, 2 players out. Molotov's in. A little bit too far to the right-hand side on that one. Not going to stop a push coming in, and back up there is NCL. The CT's meanwhile the main setup coming into the backstab. They've got the CZ moving up close, and Famas on the likes of Zion facing in. Cabal not expecting the player down low, and he will do a lot of damage to Zeph. But he's the man that ultimately falls. AK can get recovered. Best to pass that off to Zion in my opinion, but it looks like Zeph's going to continue to face forward with the flashbangs coming in from his teammate. Pop flash around the corner. Famas face up, gets another kill. 5 versus 3 situation. Now there's more AKs to be recovered, but Zion still peeks up with the FAMAS, gets a 2K, isolates 1 man towards Dark, and the last man is Dobo on a counter backstab of his own right. Bomb being defused, 2 players line up. Frimmy continues to spray on the 3rd, but meanwhile the bomb's still being defused, and it's just not going to be peaked far enough in time. Dobo doing damage, but MVP come out with the round victory. As soon as they had that position, the defuser knew exactly what to do. Just keep it stuck. Both teams heavily investing in this round. A little lack of utility for the T side. The 2 players with full sets. I mean, one of them was a decoy actually on Cabal, so not even a full set for him. Sprays up from HSK. Damage onto Dobu, but Dobu does even more back to him. 16 versus 52. Stack for the AUG, watching out for Cabal right around his corner here. Shoulder spotted, baiting in the shots and gets the information out for the T's side. All 4 stacks to fall back to much more passive position. Kind of leave that boost spot open, but... Mazaalai going to stack their way into the B bomb site as a rotation comes into A. Zeta going to join 2 more players. They've only 2 back on the B bomb site. Cabal moves in. Zeta, considering his options here, tempted to move over towards that B bomb site, and he better be ready to do so. Commit to walking the mid control, but 40 seconds and 4 players from Mazaalai quickly going to go into the B bomb site. Flashes in from 9, here they go. Stacks, AUG, spots out the first, takes his head off his shoulders, then Seal gets a trade back. Stacks with 2 kills to his name, we can't go much further. There's 2 more come in for the T's as a trade from Zion turns into a 2 versus 2. Zion and Zeta now. Coming in from short and market for the retake. Bomb plant will go down on short. A lot invested in this round for the CT side, but it will be able to strike back. So that's a Cabal, also spotted out by Zion. 3 kills to his name. A great round from him. And the defuse coming through for the MVP side will put 5 on the board. And Zion certainly has been the big fragger for MVP so far in this half. It is only the first 6 rounds. 13 kills found in those 6 rounds. Stax not too far behind at 7, not a surprise for me. I mean, I think overall Stax will end up with the big performance of this series, considering how great he's been in the last couple of days. If you've been watching some of the East Asia action in the regular bracket, you'll know. MVP's matches were so well. They went so well for them exclusively because Stax was able to pop off, like, putting some insane kills on the board, insane impact. Zion for the moment is leading that charge. Have to lead it into another buy up here from the Mazaalai side. 3 AKs coming through. Cabal and NCL might want to consider going SMG for the sake of utility, because there's not a lot out, and there remains not to be a lot. They're just going straight firepower in this one. CT take their 2-1-2 setup. Oh no, Zion will leave Zeta to die, bait him in to get the opening frag on Dobu, but he could have peeked up a couple seconds earlier and would have spotted that man, and we'll have to leave the 1-for-1 trade. 4-on-4, HSK wrapping back through to support the A bomb site. Grab that AWP instead. Look on towards Connector, he'll find a gold rush of T-side players. Laying off angles, finally one man spotted on towards the ramp position. HSK spotted out by the AK. Reface in will allow the kill to go to the favour of the CT player. Now looking on for even more, but they've made their way into jungle. And Zeph now has to be aware and wary of this particular flank. Back in with Orcs, just about gets that quick scope in and takes down 10 points of health for HSK. And Stax pushing up aggressive in the apartments in case it's all just a ruse from Mazaalai, in case it's just 2 players or 3 players faking over on the A bomb site. Cabal, however, most certainly doesn't believe in that. We'll try and chase HSK down, isolate that 1v1. Can't get the kill just yet. And now NCL making his way in. Zion comes up and over, spots, sprays, and takes out Cabal, leaving it all left to NCL. The last man standing over towards ramp, 15 seconds. Bomb on his back, has to make his way in and get the bomb pot immediately. Orb shot does miss. He's trying to isolate Zion though, and he's not waiting. Face up, leg shot, kill against the AWPer, but the AUG will get the trade. 3 kills for Zion once again in this round. A very slow-paced round, but a very confident round from MVP. Most of these have reeked of confidence from the CT side. Not quite as confident as yesterday. Again, we saw how many rounds they had 4 or 5 players staying alive. This time only 2 or 3. The economy relatively limited for Mazaalai as I go for the half buy into this round. Pistol execute coming through, probably get the bomb plant or maybe do some damage to MVP. I mean, both could possibly be reality for the T's. A weapon advantage surely sits to the favour of MVP for the moment. 2 players watching out on the crossfire. Zeta and Zion once again with the AWP and the AUG. 1 player set to rotate in from mid will have to do so, because here come the Molotovs and flashbangs, and HSK will get there as soon as he can. So they're going to peek through that smoke and may find a number of T-side players. 1 kill to his name, flick back for the second. Only lands to his head. HSK will deal with him, and Zion will deal with 9 all the same. 1 player left standing in Cabal, and Zion will be able to take him down. 3 players remain alive here. MVP pretty decently lock out the half by execute. And now the 4 buy can come in from Mazaalai. Zion still continuing to put up the frag numbers. 18 kills. 6 in just the last 3 rounds alone. Mazaalai biting for the mid control for the moment. Responses from MVP have been a little bit passive as of right now. Betting them into the mid position. Play the waiting game. Defensive from MVP holds whether it's default opening kills or defensives of the executions. HSK will try towards mid and get the opening two for the moment. Nine will trade it back, but it's a 4 versus 3 favor to MVP, and they'll be happy with what that man has done for their team. Zion now waiting in alert positions. Over on default, takes out Dobu, doesn't sustain a single point of damage either, with Zeta backing him up on the player towards connector, leaving it all on 9. Over in the apartments, now getting pushed in by Stacks. Round the corner, AUGs, run for the AK, and wins the fight. Looking pretty easy from MVP, all things considered. It's just easy, confident rounds, nice lockouts. Defaults that usually end up with opening kills, like we saw in that last one, how it was a 2-for-1 trade, and that from there just spiraled out of control for MVP. There's AWPs in, AUGs out, AK's back for the Mazaalai, forced by very, very limited utility for this round. And put some early shots down range on towards the mid face. They have got connector control, passive connector control, and passive short control. Mid control at the very least, but Mazaalai haven't been able to do much with the mid position on this map so far. Molotovs in, will force T side back. NCL will go ahead and pick up that bomb and probably join the likes of Dobu in the apartments, but he better be wary because Dobu's pushing forward and he's got 2 CTs to meet around this corner. Might have to be their only options though. They've got ladder room, they've got short finally for the Mazaalai side. 9 takes a face that he will win out in mid. In Sniper's Nest, HSK will go down. Zion, ooh, catches Cabal, edge of the smoke, heard a footstep, or otherwise I'm not sure. 4 versus 4. Now the CTs push in through the short position, allowing a clean line for the bomb to get planted. Meanwhile, 2 T-side players hold out Sniper's Nest, hold out the ladder room. Sobu takes out one, Zeph trades it, and now spots the extra hit coming through. Tries to double up against Dobu, but only gets the damage. And leaves a man advantage for Mazaalai, slow and steady and controlled. Now Zion moves in, they know that Zet is in market already. Molotov to try and flush 9 out of the ladder room, and he will be successful for that much, but can't isolate the kill. NCL faces in against the AWP and tags out as 12 points of health, and that should just be MVP saving at this stage. Not enough money kicking about. The AWP can't contest, the AUG. Too many players to face in to try and carry this victory to come through for the CT side, so they'll just fall back. They'll save. Take a second for the Mazaalai side, and those rifles in play for the CTs. There should be enough money to get another buyback in. It doesn't mean Zeta might have to drop a little bit of equipment. Everybody else should be confident enough to invest in. So yeah, full-blown setup again for MVP, limited utility, so by technicality it is a force buy, even though there's still a lot of money kicking around for Zeta. Even the next round, MVP will be looking to use that money to buy upgraded pistols to go for another eco half buy potentially. For this round though, it is full force, and Zeta will start things off on the right foot, taking a dink down to 6 points of health, but does win out the fight against Dobu. So sneaks in towards mid, into short, taking out HSK in the ladder room. Zeph there for the quick trade because he's completely isolated from the rest of his T-side teammates. 2-for-1 trade overall, favor to the CT side. And they've still got mid control from passive positions. If someone wants to peek up through connector or go on the short outline, then Zeta's got an easy kill. Smokes up, will try and blind him off, so good response there from the likes of Cabal. And rotating back through underpass to join his teammates on the B side. Execute. It Stacks on the defensive. close range as well on the balconies. Oftentimes this position has gone unchecked so far throughout the course of this tournament. Just also general Counter-Strike. I mean, Zep's just playing Destruction enough. The smoke, I think, did miss. Yeah, that went down a little bit too deep on towards that short position. And now Zep's going to have to find a direct defensive right here. Facing up against NCL. Zion will take down one, comes in with a second, and Stax swings out wide. Nice team play from Zeph, Zion, and Stax. With Zion playing in towards the short position, really. I didn't even see him coming. And neither did Mazaalai. And Zion with another double kill adds up to 22 so far in this match. These numbers are ridiculous. And I was kind of looking out to Stax to take the overall long play. I mean, he's still second top fragger for his team. But it's nothing compared to what Zion's doing right now. I'm loving this. 2-1-2 setup once again. MVP. Up from Zeta holding out the A-bomb site from behind the danger box. Now we're look in towards the connected position. Nice nade. Damage onto Tulan directly in the hands of NCL. And Zion ready and waiting for the ramp push. Might isolate this one kill on Sogu, but also puts the smoke down to make sure that he can't push forward of his own right. NCL will grab the bomb. And look towards the apartments instead. Leave that bomb for Sogu's control. 60 seconds for Mazaalai still to make their hit happen. Of course, they have lost a lot of HP, trading back nothing on the MVP side. Betting in some of the utility, sure, but so far it's all gone to very good use. The CTs hold their line, and Mazaalai not allow the setup that they were initially looking for. It looked like a split execute to the A-bomb site. From ramp, from connector. Now they wrap up to the apartments, going to try and go for this B site again, but Stax and Zeph have just been so good at defending this. They won't have Zion here to support them, but I don't think it will matter. The crossfire, very easy to set up in the apartments. And Zeta here could use Zion here for the trading, because if he goes down, then this man could solo hold the A-bomb site with the numbers he's putting up right now. Another B site hit from Mazaalai. 20 seconds left. They've got to go now. We'll put some smokes down, try and draw in two players, and they will be successful with this one. It's all going to be left to Stax. What can he do here? Can he fill the shoes of Zion? Yes, he can. 2 kills, almost a third, but he's dropped that bomb. Stalled for a crucial amount of time now. Zeph's going to make his way directly into the bomb site. Drop the bomb once again. No, Soga right around his corner, but he will not get away alive. He won't even get a bomb plant out of the round. With Zeph with 2, finally a round where Zion doesn't get any kills, but it's fine. He stays alive. Only 2 deaths. And Stax stepping up when his team needs him the most. Rotations baited, and he still defends the bomb site. Mazaalai just can't seem to find a way to break the MVP side. And they are on full-blown max loss bonus as well. Eco from Mazaalai. Blowing down to $2,000, and that's about it. Set up for the half execution. 2 smokes at the ready for the T side. Well, hearing one of those players snipe his nest, will he be able to catch him off guard is the question. Apparently not. .45 seconds still remaining as Sogu looks to open up the site. Now here come the smokes. 1 down to jungle, 1 down to CT. Zeta ready for the jungle response, and he takes out the first. On for the second man. Back here over in connector. We faced in. Eventually, Toby will be able to get HSK at least. Can't be sure to do too much here. As Zeta gets a double spray down. On for the triple kill, gets the headshot all the same. And now the entire setup dismantled apply the MVP side. Or picked up by Dobu, looking for an exit frag, but now being pushed in by Stax. He's not getting away. Not today. And now the real confident rounds come in from MVP. See at least 2 players staying alive for every single round from MVP, with the exception of round 4 where they lost all 5. Only 4 rounds where 2 players stayed alive as well. Others have been 4 and 3. So economy is built here for the last 2 rounds of MVP. They have a force buy in round 15. But now they've got another full buy back here. Smokes in from Zeta. Will not be able to get the gap on the right-hand side of the smoke, but he will be allowed to stop the T-side from aggressing as NCL deals with HSK to kick things off. Out to the connected position. Fast players coming in from Mazaalai as they try and outpace MVP to beat them to the kills. Good sprays blind from Cabal, but he can't get stacks down. Molotov might force him out of position as Zion gets ready for the smoke to clear out here on the ramp position. Gets 9. Back to 4 versus 4. Stacks deals with Cabal, finally opening up the apartments, taking away any Mazaalai control. They will try and get in through the apps and short position. Stacks reads it. Flashbang's awkward though. Actually, if he takes out the low HP player of NCL, I mean, not even have to deal with the 2 players on shore. Now just got to worry about NCL as the last player left alive. 1v4, and the bomb being dropped. Even if the 2 kills had not come in by Zeph, then Stacks wouldn't have had to worry about anything at all. I was just going to say, take out NCL, deal with that. And Mazaalai, ooh, they've lost a player. They're also out of a technical timeout as well. Oh no, he's back. It's fine. Around 15, the AK's in on 4. Mac 10 for Cabal as well. But that's about it. Mazaalai are going to go for a fast play into the B-bomb site initially. Well, it's a fast setup. The smoke's still going out and getting set up. The Molotovs trying to respond as Zeph and Co. try to block off the T side from pushing too far forward in this one. Smokes at the ready. Here comes 9. Here comes Dobu with a flashbang over, and 3 T side players ready for the hit. The bomb going to rotate in to join them. Stack still here towards the van, and 2 more will rotate up to join up the CT defense. Stack strikes, takes the first. Looking for the second, gets the headshot connected, dropping that bomb. 3 kills up for Stacks, and he lands all of them. Zeph with 1 in the exchange, leaves Sogu alone, 1 versus 5. No damage done to the CT side as of right now, and probably looks like at the end of that round, they will not sustain a single scratch. 13-2. Perfect so far for MVP. Now the quick execute coming in from MVP as they realise that this might just be over. 2 smokes, 1 flash, 1 molly. Same setup from Mazaalai on their T side, except MVP going to use them to go out and smoke off connector rather than jungle and connector, and a CT as well. Mazaalai might be able to receive this. Molotov's there to try and block him off. Sogi will be able to catch them in the cross, but 2 kills come back for the T side all the same. 3 versus 3 scenarios. I'm going to round that corner, catch off Sogi to cubby corner and get that headshot looking for Cabal all the same. 3 kills for the man as once again he just continues to frag away for the T side. Last man standing is Dobu. Defuse kit dropped somewhere else on the map, and Zion hunting for a 4K, USP at the helm. And Dobu desperately trying to get that 1 versus 3 in his hands. We'll get the first man, but Stacks trades it immediately. And once again, a massive round from Zion. 26 kills. I think the bigger question the question bigger than whether Mazaalai can get a comeback is, can Zion get 30 kills before the end of the map? Out to the T side start over in the apartments. 2 players there to defend it. Cabal and Sogu weighing up. 3 players face against the first man of the CT side. Cabal down. Flashes in, the T side make their way out. Zeph looking on for the second player out to the short position. Can be dealt with by HSK. NCL Doble and 9 up for the 5 versus 3 retake. Very limited weaponry. I wouldn't even be surprised if they saved here, but even then, 15-2, 13 round comeback. T-side go hunting, make sure they remove every single chance for Mazaalai to come back in this matchup. Not that they had many to begin with. Last player standing is Dobu in market. Hoping to get someone around the corner, hoping to get a rifle at the very least for Mazaalai in the next round, because it will be full-blown forced buy. Round 18, maybe the one where MVP decide it all. 2 SMGs, 2 pistols, and a FAMAS out for Mazaalai. Gotta hope for the luckiest break in history. We'll try and push up towards that mid position. Zion reads it already, and they will be pushing up towards that top mid position, falling back immediately. Cabal, meanwhile, on the B-bomb side defensive. Smokes up, tries to defend it alongside NCL coming in. Flashes over and out as the T-side try and rotate away, potentially. Would be wise to do that as well. I think the reads coming in that they are on a full B-site bomb stack. So he looks for information towards mid. Scaffolding still popped up, but he will be looking on for a kill towards his connected position. Meanwhile, the T side slowly start to peek up. The Digo Sogu strikes back over. Molotovs into his position. They are stalling for time here on the CT side, and that might be able to help them a little bit further. The Eagles up, trying to face around the corner. No. Zeta deals with the first, and now the CTs try and look onwards here for another kill. 5-7 out towards the apartments, dealt with by HSK. 3 players left standing. 1 kill comes in for NCL, but 2 are left standing against 4 of the MVP side. SMG and FAMAS up for the retake. Stacks peeks up, looks for 9, deals with him, and Dobu, last one left in a 1 versus 4. Sprays, bursts, but Stacks will close out the round. 16-2, what a dominant map from MVP. I mean, I can't really say I expected anything other than that. I just hoped it wouldn't be as close or as far gone as it really was. But MVP did pick Mirage. Dust 2 is up next. It's also just as good a map for the Koreans, and I have some very serious worries for the Mazaalai side. We're going to go to a short break and see whether they can recover in that time, so don't go anywhere. Mirage is up next. Map 2 of our upper bracket finals. Not Mirage. Dust 2 is up next. Map 2 of our upper bracket finals after this.
Charge up your game with excitement. Highest odds on the market. Coverage of all live and pre-match events. Place your bets with Solid Bookmaker and win with your favorite teams. Take what's rightfully yours with GG.